to this process. And that is the only process that can throw up the leader, the kind of leader that Nigerians are craving for. So we are in support of the process, and any move, as rightly pointed out by the leader, any move to remove Jega or any move they make not to allow the process of using the card reader and PVC will be opposed by Nigerian youth. We will not allow it, because for once we want to start a process that will throw up a leader that Nigeria can call their own.
Okay, we'll take a break after that. When we return, we'll be speaking with the Zonal Women's Leader North Central, Hajia Hassana, who's in our studios in Abuja. Please join us here. All right, we'll take a break. Welcome back from the break. We'll go over to our new studios where Tunde Balogun is standing by for the headlines. Hello, Ayo.
Hello, Nyata. Yes, I'll allow you to go on that break. But first, let's just take the headlines like you rightly said. Well, a lot indeed is happening in the country. The alleged mastermind of the April the 14th, 2014 bomb explosion at a motor park in Nyanya. That's a satellite town in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Aminu Oguche and 5 other accused persons have pleaded not guilty to charges of terrorism. Now, the accused persons were charged with conspiracy to commit terrorism, a non-disclosure of information about a terrorist act, and terrorism, all punishable under the Terrorism Act. The Supreme Court has dismissed an appeal by a former governor of Bayelsa State, Mr. Timipre Silva, who sought to claim the candidacy of the People's Democratic Party for the governorship election that took place in 2012. That's in the state. Now, Mr. Silva had, by the appeal, argued that he ought to represent the party in the elections instead of the incumbent governor, Sierra K. Dixon. In a unanimous decision by a 5-man panel, the Supreme Court resolved the 2 issues raised for determination against the appellant, Mr. Silva. While the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, General Muhammadu Buhari, returned from his 2-week trip to the United Kingdom today amidst tight security and a large crowd of party supporters who waited at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja. And General Buhari did not give detailed response to questions from journalists who were at the airport to clarify issues surrounding his journey to the UK. However, he told journalists that he had explained all he needed to explain about events at the Chatham House and his campaign activities since he traveled. Now, ISIS has destroyed antiquities and artifacts in the ancient Assyrian city of Nimrud in Iraq. The terrorist group began demolishing the site, which was founded in the 13th century BC on Thursday, an act which has outraged archaeologists in the country. They have called it an eradication of the country's history. Now, the head of the UN's Cultural Agency condemned the systematic destruction in Iraq as a war crime. So there you have it. Those are your news headlines here on Nigeria 2015. We're still talking women in politics. Nyota, now you're back from your break. Short break, that is. Back to you.
Thank you indeed, Ayo. Thank you. And welcome back to our studios. We'll go directly to speaking with Hajia Hassana Abdullahi, the women's zonal leader of the APC in the north central part of the country. She joins us via Skype from our office in Abuja. Hello, Hajia. Thank you for joining us. What has been the situation so far with women and their participation in the elections?
Well, in APC, I, as a woman, as a politician, am proud to be in APC because APC, as a party, in anything they do, they take the women very seriously in their program.
Okay, all right. parties, I know that other parties give out the tickets for the different positions free of charge to the female aspirants. But then it appears there were not many female aspirants gunning for the key positions as it may be. Why do you think that was so?
In our party also, the APC also issue ticket free to women. As I'm telling you now, in North Central in particular, we have all aspirants from House of Rep to local government chairmen to councillors in all the state within the North Central. We have about, like in FCT, we have 2 aspirants. One going for the House of Rep, other we have 2 in House of local government chairman. In Benue, we have so many women aspiring for the position of House of Assembly and House of Rep. So in APC, I don't think women have problem in APC because APC has issued ticket and has given the women opportunity to come out.
Okay, but why is it that they're not going for the #1 positions, for instance, the governorship seat and the presidents, for instance?
And to be very honest, to be very frank with you, we do not have any woman coming for the position for the presidential candidate. We have
Governorship, let's leave the presidency, for
If we
instance.
have had one, we'll have given her the chance.
So why were the women not encouraged to go for the position of the governor, to aspire to be a governor of any state?
Well, it's not very easy. As I'm telling you, if we had women in our party, we encourage women. We have gone around the country in Nigeria encouraging women to come out for any position they want, that our APC is going to give them the opportunity. In my party, if we had women that come out for that position, we'll have given them the chance.
All right, we'll just go over and speak with one of the leaders of women's leader in the PDP, Salamatu Badru, former Deputy Governor of Ogun State, who joins us via phone. Hello, Your Excellency. We've just spoken to the North Central women's leader of the APC, who says her party gives a level playing field for everyone, including the women, and deliberately goes out of the way to encourage them to participate for any particular position they desire. Is that the situation in your party?
Well, thank you for this question. Well, I want to tell you that PDP started the encouragement of the women since 1999. I'm bold to say that through the period of 1999 till date, we had a lot of women on positions, good elective positions, like the Senate, like the House of Rep. And during the period of 2003 to 2011, PDP had about 5 female deputy governors. But recently, I want to say that there is no woman for now vying for the position of the governorship. And the reason is simple. The cultural belief of our people has not encouraged the female politicians to come up to acquire or to vie for the #1 seat of the state.
Why is that so?
Well, if I may comment further, the society still believes that the role of the women is still supportive. And that is why they've not allowed the women to attain that height for now. Some of our colleagues tried, but what did we get out of it? If you have to get the ticket of the party at that level, a woman has to work about 10 times that of the men to get the ticket. And that is why a lot of women are not really coming up to aspire for that level. But for others, we have a lot of women who got the ticket to contest for the National Assembly, I mean the Senate, the House of Rep. And also, we have a lot of women
Your Excellency,
for the House of Assembly.
if I may come in here, you said something earlier about the society still believing that the role of the women is better as supportive. Is that the position of your party?
No, not at all.
So why?
I'm saying, yes?
Yes, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that, yes, women are interested. The party is giving us the opportunity through a lot of incentives, like free forms, encouraging us with little money to go on with our campaign. But the issue of internal democracy within the party, knowing well that the number of the men who vies for this position, the ratio is like 1 to 14. And before you can really get that ticket, you have to go 10 times the way of the men before you can obtain the ticket. And I think that is why the women are possibly drawing back a little bit.
Okay,
but talking about encouragement, PDP encourages our women. And we, even the women,
Your Excellency,
realize the fact that we must come out and also play our own role.
Okay, Excellency, let's bring in Hajia Abdullahi here to respond to this. She has said her party is open to women aspiring for any position, but internal issues of the internal democracy, as particularly with regards to the number of men vying to the particular positions, sometimes weighs down on the women going for these positions. As in, you have one woman contesting against 10 to 14 men. Is that what applies in your party?
No, at all. In fact, my party has been very fair to women. And let me tell you, in APC, APC has been very, very fair to women. For example, any woman that comes out for any position in APC, the men try to make it very simple and easy for her. They help the women even when it comes to financial issue. In any capacity, APC do help the APC women that are coming out for any position.
So are you implying that no woman whatsoever attempted to come for any top position like that of the governor? No woman attempted for that?
There is no woman. You are a journalist. You have the right to come and investigate and find out. As far as I'm concerned, within my zone, North Central, there is no woman that has come out for the position of governor. But we have so many in Senate, House of Rep, House of Assembly, local government chairman and councillor, and they are given the opportunity. You can go to the party secretariat and find out yourself.
Okay, but what about in the area of the primaries? Even if they didn't, even in the primaries, no woman came out to contest for the primaries.
Pardon?
In the primaries, during the primaries, there were no women contestants or aspirants seeking for these positions?
There were many women. There were many women in my party. I can give you the list. There were so many women in all positions of the party that comes out to, apart from the governor and the presidential ticket. With any other position, women came out, and they were given that opportunity.
Okay, Haji Abdullahi, we'll come back to you, but we'll just take a moment and join our correspondent, Emmanuel Ewei, to bring us up to speed on what's happening. Oh, sorry, we'll go on to Plateau State, where Yemi Kosoko is standing by to bring us up to speed on what's happening there. Hello, Yemi.
The APC gubernatorial candidate in Plateau State, Simon Lalong, is embarking on an interactive session with professional bodies, starting with the justice sector. He is to also meet with other professional groups in the coming days of the electionary campaign. And talking about the Plateau North senatorial contest between the incumbent governor of Plateau State, Governor Jonah Jang of PDP, and the APC candidate, Eunice Ayisa Sambo. Ayisa Sambo is saying that she is not intimidated by the credentials of Governor Jonah Jang. Rather, the people of Plateau North Senatorial District will decide who will represent the zone in the forthcoming election at the upper chambers. Going back to the